What is up? This is Raphael from NBA Draft Junkies, and today I want to break down film on the most hyped international prospect since Luka Doncic. This prospect is not even eligible for the NBA draft until 2023, and all the hype surrounding France's Victor Wembanyama is 100% legit. Wembanyama is a special talent, and when I say special, I mean special, and I'm not using that word loosely. His defensive impact, or his impact on the defensive end alone, would make him one of the best prospects in recent memory, which he displayed at the FIBA Under-19 World Cup, where he averaged 5.7 blocks per game. 5.7. With a wingspan that is pretty much as long as the lines to get into the Louvre on a summer day, Wembanyama single-handedly altered or destroyed opponents' game plans and strategies with every block. Wembanyama's block parties aren't just at the rim. He's blocking floaters, runners, and hooks. He was so dominant at the rim, a few possessions, it actually looked as if the game plan was to take him out the paint and make him defend in space. His agility, fluidity, and mobility pretty much allows him to defend smaller guards, and he uses his ridiculous 7'8" wingspan to smother ball handlers who have the audacity to try to attack him off the dribble. While his defense is his greatest asset, he is no slouch on the offensive end of the floor. Now, we're not talking about a situation where we have a dominant defender with a raw offensive game. Wembanyama is super skilled for a 17-year-old 7-footer. He has a soft touch around the rim, along with good footwork, balance, coordination, and good instincts. If you notice, he already has advanced post moves and counters. Now look at this move. I know he missed a shot, but how many 7-footers in the NBA have this in their repertoire? Wembanyama has the mobility to be a really effective and impactful roll man in the NBA. He can roll hard to the rim, short roll, and even pick and pop. At the under-19s, he shot just a little under 67% and scored 1.4 points per possessions when he rolled to the basket. Although he's skinny, he shows he's not afraid to make contact on screens, especially if it's going to get him an easy lob. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. All his lobs are super easy because he's 7'2" with the ridiculous 7'8" or 7'9" wingspan. So it always looks as if he's dunking on a Nerf rim. This is how I used to dunk on the door when I was a kid. If you actually think about it, it's really not fair one kid can have so much talent. He's skilled, he's mobile, and he has good quick twitch muscles and vertical pop. Oh, and he can run the floor like a wing. This play is a perfect example of Wembanyama transitioning from defense to offense. He destroys a shot attempt on one end, saves the ball, and sprints the floor for an emphatic dunk. I can actually end the video right here because this sequence alone should have you sold and definitely should have you on the Victor Wembanyama bandwagon. If you're still not convinced that he's the best prospect since Luka, maybe these next clips will help seal the deal. I've shown you the defense, the scoring in the paint, the lobs, and even the fast break highlights. Now let's talk about his potential as a floor spacer. Although he only shot 4 for 22 from 3 at the under-19s, I still believe in his upside as a shooter. Again, he's only 17 years old and is still 2 years away from being draft eligible. So by the time he hears his name called as the first overall pick in the 2023 draft, I fully expect for him to be at least a 35% shooter from deep. Now, there are only a couple things that concern me which could possibly prevent Wembanyama from maximizing his endless potential. Obviously, he'll need to get stronger, add 20 to 30 pounds to his frame. Also, his lack of strength causes him to get forced out of his sweet spots and to take some tough contested shots for stronger defenders with a more solid base. I'd like to see him continue his progress as a shooter and become more consistent from deep. But I do worry that if he becomes automatic from 3, he'll abandon the post because it's less wear and tear on his thin frame. I think he has the potential to be a combination of Karl-Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis on offense with the defensive impact of Rudy Gobert. Can you really imagine how dominant a Cat Gobert hybrid would be? That could be Wembanyama.